They've been around for a long time, and they keep on thriving. And their goal is to reach every girl, everywhere. Who are they? You'll meet them coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This one with the Myrtle Beach Herald. We're focused on the 8th annual golf tournament for the girls. And we're visiting with Sharon Hewitt, the marketing director for the Girl Scouts locally. Good morning, Sharon.
Thank you very much for allowing us to come here because there's so much happening with the Girl Scouts.
Oh, absolutely. Not only the golf tournament, you were just talking a little earlier, there's some other events during the year.
We have so many other events that, the golf tournament is just one of 3 special events that we have, and we have Women of Achievement,
right,
which we, recognize women throughout the PD area, and we also have our clay shoot tournament that happens in the spring. So these are just 3 of our adult-generated fundraisers that we do throughout the year.
Wow, Sharon. It's exciting to think, of course, the Girl Scouts for the PD area is a 9-county area here. Y'all are serving a heck of a lot of girls. I think I saw in 2004 it's 5,874 girls.
That's it, and we're still growing, and it's just, it's just amazing because this is such a wonderful organization, and our council is going to be celebrating its 50th anniversary.
I saw that.
And I had said it's not too many women who like to brag about their ages, and the Girl Scouts, will be celebrating their 94th anniversary, and then we'll be celebrating our 50th anniversary.
Next year, 2006.
Next year. So it's just, it's going and growing strong, and Girl Scouts is just such a wonderful organization for the girls and for women and for men. So we have both women and men very active within the Girl Scouts.
I think I saw there were 1,800 volunteers locally.
We have 1,800 volunteers.
The 9-county area.
And it can range from troop leaders to committee leaders, members to board members to, people who just want to help on, just a short-term basis. But we're just constantly looking for volunteers because there's just such a growing demand for such a good organization and something that can really be very positive in a girl's life, and that's what Girl Scouting is all about.
That's wonderful, and it starts at an early age. I think I saw from ages 5 to 17.
We start with 5, which is kindergarten, and goes all the way up through senior in high school. And we even got a new program going that, we're all the time constantly trying to continue to meet the needs of girls today. And, it's being a Girl Scout at a certain age, people say it's not cool. And so we got this one program, it's called Studio 2B for girls 11 to 17. And some of the activities that they're able to do is just absolutely awesome. And just it's anything ranging from the Daisy Girl Scouts to the Senior Girl Scouts.
Right.
There are just something for everyone in Girl Scouting for both girls and adults.
How exciting, Sharon. If a viewer needs to get off to work or head out of the house now, what's a good number for our viewers in the PD and here on the Strand?
Good number is 800-786-8704.
Okay, y'all also have a website.
We have a website. It's www.girlscoutspda.org.
Okay, girlscoutspda.org. Okay, and there's some great information there about, it was fascinating to see the 9 counties, Marion, Marlboro, Dillon, obviously Darlington and Florence, Horry, and then I think Williamsburg, Lee, and maybe Chesterfield.
Right. That's it. Very good.
It was fascinating to see those 9 counties and to know the impact that y'all are having on 5,874 girls alone last year.
That's correct.
As well as the 1,800 adult volunteers. You're pushing around 7,500. That's a tremendous number of folks.
And I think it even shows just the growth that we continually have each year with Girl Scouts and just the varied program activities that we have that, we would like to meet the needs of every girl everywhere. And so we continually provide program for the adults so that we can continue to bring really exciting and innovative and varied program to our girls.
What's it looking like for the tournament on July 16th?
It's looking really good. It's going to be at Myrtlewood for anyone who's a golfer, and this is one of those adult-generated funding that helps us to really provide more program for the girls, because in this day and age, Girl Scouts is more than just cookies, crafts, and camping. That we've got to expand our funding resources, and this is one of our ways that we do it. And for the Girls Golf Tournament will be our 3rd year. and it keeps growing every year. And we need golfers, we need sponsors, and the community has just been really, really good, to the Girl Scouts and giving donations. And there are some great prizes for the golfers. And
great, like what?
Like we have Hole in One, and it's one of those. You can win a $5,000, or you can win a trip for two, or you can win a Callaway iron or a Big Bertha. So golfers know.
Yeah. Absolutely, what you're talking about. That's right.
And then we also, the top 3 teams, they win prizes, and we also have, I think, the longest shot. So there's mulligans, and there's just something for everyone, and it will be at Myrtlewood Golf Club on
48th
July
Avenue,
16th.
Which is fantastic. That's Saturday, July 16th,
July 16th.
9 a.m. Do you know when y'all will cut off? And I think I saw it was as reasonable as $200 a foursome there.
It's $200 for a foursome, $55 for an individual, and we're getting individual calls of people just saying, just hook us up with whoever.
Oh yeah, sure.
And it's a really good golf course, and we'll be serving lunch and we'll be having prizes. So all that's very inclusive of a lot of things, and it's just a really good time to come out and just have fun for a great cause.
You'll probably have a lot of folks out there that aren't even golfers that want to be out there to support Girl Scouts. Are there some volunteer needs?
Oh my gosh, volunteer needs, because we also have a $1 million hole in one that takes place July 15th through the 19th.
Okay.
And it's one of those that even if you're not a golfer, if you can just kind of swing, and not being a golfer, I didn't think it would be that big of a deal, but golfing is a pretty, it's not like tennis.
That's right, that's right.
And so we also have a putting contest, so that even if you're not a golfer, you even have the opportunity to putt, and it's about a 25-foot putt. And people do really, really good at these.
Where are those held?
It will be at the Cane Patch Driving Range off 17.
Okay,
and
great.
The putting contest will also be at the same place. So you can go and hit some balls for the $1 million hole in one, or do the putting. And last year we nearly had a winner, and we would love to give away $1 million or $10,000. I mean, it would just be great to give it away. And we do have insurance for people that are concerned, because we wouldn't be able to do this if we didn't have insurance.
Right,
so,
sure.
But one guy said, he didn't hit it, but he had said, could I just try a second time just to see if I could get it? And he hit it.
You're kidding.
But it was, he'd already tried the first time. So
did he get 10,000?
It was his second try.
Right,
So, but he did at least, place. So
that's
he got some really
unbelievable.
good. So he had said, come back next year and maybe it will do it. And
I'm sure he will be.
And Cane Patch has a really, really good place for the putting contest. So, and it's just loads of fun. And like you had said, volunteers are always needed, and sponsorship is needed. And
great.
We just need golfers.
Okay, good. What are some of the volunteer needs? If someone could call and could be out there to volunteer, to help give out drinks, to help on many of the activities, just to sign people in, to get things lined up.
Well, the hole-in-one is a 5-day event, so it's one of those we can, have people help us with the check-in, registration,
over those 5 days,
and help with, give out the balls, and it's just a varied, and you can just give us a call, and we can help set you up, and it's just, and everyone, like I said, the community has been really good, and has really helped us in getting prizes for our golfers, and it's a really, really fun event. It's a hot event, but it's a really fun event.
Absolutely. Of course, the tournament on the 16th at 9 a.m. being out there, I'm sure you probably want folks out a little earlier. And then the day before, it kicks off a 5-day spread at Cane Patch.
Right.
Get the 800-786-8704 number is a great number to call for both of those
for both
events.
of those areas, right. And this is just, it's one of those fun times that, for those golfers that go out to golf anyway, this is just an opportunity to really play for a great cause for our girls. And, if you were ever to be at events and see girls, and, when you talk with people and talk about the impact that things have made in their life, and you'll hear a lot of our women leaders who say Girl Scouting has really made an impact in their lives, and it's just such a positive organization, and it's really an informal education for girls, but adults get so much just by being around the girls and seeing everything that they do and everything that they participate in.
Sharon, I think I saw that in the U.S. more than 43 million women have been touched by Girl Scouting.
Yes, they have. And if you even look at our U.S. U.S. Senate and U.S. legislation, more than 2/3 of those women have been Girl Scouts.
Is that right?
And if you hear them say, and we even have some of our more famous people that, Katie Couric and Sandra Day O'Connor and
Right.
Sally Ride, and when you see women like that in positions like that, there's just so much hope for our girls of today. And it just doesn't even have to be someone who's famous, just even our area local PD
Right.
women.
Right.
Just to see some of the things that they're doing, and it's just really being a teacher and a mentor to our girls, and I think that's what so much of the focus is today about our youth.
You often find fathers of girls or mothers of girls are the active volunteers. You find folks that whether they have children or not
Very
that
much.
are active.
And I think it's really ironic that when you do see sometimes these dads that they get involved because of their wives, or they get involved because they really want to participate in the activities with their girls. And we have several volunteers who are married with no children or no girls.
Right.
But it was also because it was such an impact in their life that they want to see this impact on the girls' lives. So we have so many volunteers that range from senior citizens that have retired, and they're now helping with their granddaughters.
Sure.
And we have one lady who every year she keeps saying she's going to get out, but every year she keeps getting a granddaughter. So it just varies, and husband and wife and fathers are very important to the organization.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You think about that aspect, obviously. For fathers, we want to get in Alan Clemens is going to be with us a couple weeks from now to promote an upcoming Boy Scout event, who's the chairman
Right.
of the PD Area Council Board of Directors, and of course he has 2 girls. I'm going to have to ask him that question.
If he's
gotten
involved in Girl Scouting.
Involved in Girl Scouting, because that would be a great thing to check out.
And I think, and so many ways that, people do associate the Boy Scouts with the Girl Scouts, and we are 2 separate organizations. And, and we just had a huge event with our older girl recognitions that we had 10 girls who received the Gold Award, which is the highest award, a girl can receive in Girl
Wow.
Scouting. And we've also shown that several people, when they go for a scholarship or they go for a job or they even enter the military, if they say that they're a Gold Award recipient, it's sort of like an added bonus. So it's just there's just so many facets to Girl Scouting and the ways that it impacts the lives of everyone.
We think about the volunteer opportunities for the events between the 15th and the 19th. What are some of the other volunteer opportunities during the year that folks can get involved in when we talk about the dads or the uncles or the,
so glad you
just
asked.
other,
Yeah.
I mean, what are some other
And
opportunities?
I think there's so many people think that all you are when you're involved in Girl Scouting is just as troop leaders. And,
Right.
and a lot of people do get involved, as a troop leader for their daughter because they want to get their daughter involved, but they're no troop leader. But it's like we have several dads who get involved with their daughters, but they're not necessarily a troop leader, but they go to help with camping or do safety or, just a varied thing. And it's also like the short term. Like we have one lady who does our cookie sales, and she just comes back just to do that. And she's registered Girl Scout, but she's retired, and she just wants to do a short term.
Right.
And that's what she does. So there are so many different things that you can participate in. But troop leader is usually the one that you associate it with. But there's every type of position is open for any type of adult that is wanting.
Sharon, I think I saw on the back of some of the literature about the golf tournament that Girl Scouting is a prevention program.
Right.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, it's one of those that we really do a lot of focus in on. Even we're considered an informal education, and we have a lot of our issues and contemporary issues deal with what's affecting girls today.
Right.
One of the things that we're getting ready to do on a statewide level, and it's dealing with the other 5 Girl Scout councils in South Carolina,
Right.
it's dealing with violence, and we're calling it Peace to Be, and it's going to be a community service, and it's dealing with everything from bullying in the school to family violence, and it's just getting kids aware, and we're doing this together as a joint community service. And sometime next year we're all going to, the Girl Scouts are going to be at several locations handing out brochures about how to prevent violence. And we even had a really special session about even talking about bullying in school, that how even the simplest of things can do something against a child, and how girls can act against that. And we're also doing community service projects that's talking about, you know, assistance to families with need for babies and a right to read program. So it really is focusing in on about everything that's going on in today's, you know, to help the girls deal with tomorrow.
Sharon, there are girl bullies in school?
I think so. I mean, I know when I was growing up
yeah.
in school, you know, but I think it's just how to deal with that when it is confronted,
yeah.
because there's so many times that even words can affect a child. I mean, just it's not necessarily bullying, but it's the way you say it or how you're affecting
Sure.
it, or, you know, just even being rude or being mean, and how girls can interact with that. And it's teaching them about every sort of, and how to handle those type of situations. And it's just, I mean, everything. But whenever we deal with anything that, you know, we try to get some professionals in to help us, that's their area of expertise. Yes. And that's what we'll be doing with this Peace to Be.
That'll be a great partnership with the other councils throughout the state.
Exactly.
I think I saw you all also collaborate quite a bit with Boys and Girls Clubs, Salvation Armies, and schools.
Right. And that's what we consider that our outreach, because it's one of those that we have traditional troops where you meet on a weekly basis, but, you know, there's other areas where we try to reach those girls that might not be otherwise served with girls. And so it's like the Salvation Army and Boys and Girls Club and a variety of other outreach programs that we do. You know, to continue to meet the needs of the girls.
Was there any original causal relationship between Girl Scouting and Boy Scouting, and is there still any relationship?
The only relationship is the name, and it was Lord Baden-Powell who started the Boy Scouts, and his wife really got an interest going with the girls, and then that's how our founder was very good friends with the Boy Scouts founder, and she had said, if there's something for the boys, there's got to be something for the girls. And when she came back, that's what she had said. Her first call was to say, you know, we have to have something for the girls of today, and that started back 93 years ago. And it's still growing, even though things have changed since 1912. You know, back then it was focusing in on, you know, more of the stuff like homemaking and sewing. We still have those, but now it's auto mechanics and computer science and career exploration. So things have changed, but the foundation is still there.
Please share with viewers some of the ways that, you know, when we think about the opportunities on a regular basis, the program itself, what's a typical week, let's say, for I mean, are there different age brackets for Girl Scouts? What's a typical week like, let's say, for the different levels? Is there?
Well, it all depends.
Such a thing?
I think you know, everyone varies. The younger you are, you know, it's sort of like a progression. When you start out at the Daisy level, it's more of an adult-driven. And then, you know, but you really always get girls' input to say, you know, what is it that you're wanting? And, you know, there's goal setting, there's troop planning, and it really is up to the girls to really help in planning for their week. And it varies. I mean, it could be where they take a little side trip, or but they basically really revolve it around, you know, earning badges or try-its or, you know, things like that. And there's a lot of community service in Girl Scouting, so it just varies.
Great. Okay, and of course the different levels. Daisies, I guess, are the
Daisy Girl
around
Scouts
age 5.
are kindergarten.
Okay, right.
And then Brownie Girl Scouts are 1st through 3rd.
Okay.
And Junior Girl Scouts are 3rd through 6th.
Right.
And then our older girls are 11 to 17, and that's our Studio 2B, or Cadet and Senior Girl Scouts.
Okay, Cadet and Senior Girl Scouts. Great. To think that y'all are making a difference on a regular basis with as many as 58, almost 5,900 girls in 2004 alone.
Right.
That's a heck of a lot of girls you're touching in 9 counties.
It is. But we still have so much to do. I think we're reaching about 1 in 11.
Is that right?
And wouldn't it be great to be able to reach 1 in 1?
That great quote on the back of there, the effort to provide Girl Scouting to every girl everywhere. Every girl everywhere. Those are great words.
Right.
It's important to think that way.
Right. And it's one of those that we're continually wanting to reach every girl, and I think there's just so many things going on in today's world, and I think Girl Scouting is one of those very positive organizations that, you know, girls can learn in a non-competitive environment and really be able to expand and learn. And you know, when you see our older girls and the projects they're working on, and, you know, the Gold Award as a boy, being on the Boy Scouts, you know what the Eagle Award is like.
Sure.
And the Gold Award is like that, except it is just so in depth. And you know, we had some girls who worked on Habitat for Humanity, and you know, help building like that, and doing libraries and doing landscaping, anything that's going to affect other children and really making, you know, tomorrow's world better for the children. And that's what the girls are giving back.
That's great. You mentioned Boy Scouts. Are there any instances where, let's say, you know, in Boy Scouting, there's the venturing, there's some opportunities where girls and boys work together. Are there any instances in Girl Scouts where boys get involved?
There are, but I just don't know in this area.
They're very limited. Yeah, sure. Less so in the PD area.
Right, because I just know that we really, there's so many, or we're trying to be collaborative with all organizations.
Right, sure.
And, you know, the Boy Scouts have their program, and the Girl Scouts have their program.
Oh, yeah, very definitely. And, of course, the big opportunity within those 9 counties to be able to get out. Now, troops meet, they would meet, or the Daisies, or the Brownies, or the Studio to Be. They're meeting are they meeting in schools? They meet
in schools. They meet in places of worship. They meet, you know, just in a varied area, and that's one of those where the community comes into effect. That the community provides, you know, places for our troops to meet, and it really is getting varied, because with today, you know, things are just changing with today's atmosphere. So, I mean, there's even some areas with the Studio 2B where they try to meet away from the quote, you know, troop setting, and be very more, I guess, with it is, you know,
hip.
A little bit more hip.
Sure.
And, you know, so it's just, I think everything changes with the times.
What are those other 2 big events during the year that folks could get involved with, or would be, you talked about this, I guess, the clay.
We have a clay shoot that someone had said it was comparable to the golfing. That I didn't realize how big clay shoot was, and it's almost like golfing, that you have the expensive guns, and but we hold that in the spring, where it literally is stations just like golfing, and you go to each station, and each station varies, and you shoot this little clay target, and it's just like golfing, that we have a competition and we have top winning teams.
Wow.
And if you know clay shoot, it goes according to the Lewis score.
Okay,
so.
No, I don't know. And for viewers who are not familiar with that,
So it goes, I mean, and it really is a fun event. We usually have that in Society Hill, and that's another fundraiser that we're trying to reach a different, you know, audience group. And then we do something for women, and it's Women of Achievement.
Right.
And that is really recognizing former Girl Scouts, or women who have been in Girl Scouting that are women leaders in the PD area. And we've recognized about 33 women in this PD area.
Wow.
In the 8 years that we've held it, and we've raised over $70,000.
Is that right?
And
That's
Dr.
tremendous.
Muriel O'Toole was one of our...
Who'll be with us tomorrow and on Friday.
Right.
Great.
Who was one of our guest speakers.
That's fantastic. You know, it's so exciting when you can have folks. And, of course, are those normally held in Florence?
We try to hold different things. Like, you know, the golf tournament is here in Horry County.
Sure.
The Women of Achievement is held in Florence area.
Right.
And then the golf tournament is held in, you know, Society Hill, that area.
The skeet shooting thing.
Right.
The clay pigeon. Right. Well, that's exciting, and of course, to be able to spread it out over the 9 counties is it can be kind of difficult.
Right.
Now, is there in the summertime? Is there a lull there, or are there still heavy activities?
Oh gosh, glad you asked that. No, right now what we're doing is we have summer camp, and a lot of areas might break for you know, for Girl Scouting, but we also have individual areas that do like twilight camp. So the summer is sort of a slow time, but it really isn't. I mean, it's still going on with program for both troops and individuals. So right now camp is going on, and it's, you know, up in our area in Marlborough County, and once again, that's something for girls with various age levels.
If a guy or a gal doesn't have any children, doesn't have any involvement, can't imagine why they'd want to be involved in Girl Scouting, what would be something that you'd want to encourage them to get involved in? I mean, why would someone want to be involved in Scouting if they don't have kids, if they don't have girls? Why would they want to get involved?
I just think if you were ever to go to an event where the girls are, and to see what the excitement on their face, and when you ask a girl, you know, what do you really like about Girl Scouting, and she had said the fun and the excitement and the learning. And you don't have to have children to be involved in Girl Scouting. I think there's so many other ways. Like, we have one person that doesn't have any children, but he really helps us in so many ways, like by donating a trailer and helping us unload, and you know, it's anything that we have something for everyone.
Good.
And with every one of our volunteers, we offer training so that, you know, it really enhances their skills to be able to go back to the girls. But it's just not working with the girls. There's behind the scenes
Sure.
that like the golf tournament and like the clay shoot and the Women of Achievement.
And what are some of those critical needs? We just got a couple of minutes here. And during the
Okay.
year, most critical needs for volunteers? Are they for donations? Where are the biggest needs
right
for
now,
the PD
the biggest
area?
needs is we really need volunteers, and
Okay.
we also need you know, donations. And you know, I think it's like with everyone during the economy, you have your slow and your you know, fast. And you know, Girl Scout cookie sales is very good, but we need more than just that to keep Girl Scouting going. And it's just, but we need volunteers and to continue to provide that program for the girls.
So you have explained very well why it's not just all about selling cookies.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not. And I think, you know, everyone always, when you see, you know, I carry this keychain around that's a Samoa, and everyone associates it with cookies, and they'll say, when's Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah.
And, you know, but it's like, you know, we're 2 months of cookies and 12 months of oh so much more.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, you know, with our cookie sale, it provides the wonderful program for girls. But we need so much more to continue providing program.
Y'all have worked a lot with Forbes Distribution down here, I
Right.
believe.
Right.
They've been great. I'm sure you use a lot of folks to help get the cookies out, but I
Right.
know they've talked about the great involvement of being involved with y'all on
Right.
the cookie side.
And, you know, it's just with everything. And I think, you know, one of the things that we're really excited about this year is our cookie theme is going to be Brilliant, which focuses in on science. And that's one of the things that, you know, everything that we do always revolves around how is this really going to benefit the girls. And so the girls are first, but we definitely need adults.
Absolutely. Well, that's so exciting when you think about that aspect of the adult involvement, and to know their
Right.
volunteer needs, aside from just donations, aside from just being involved during the 2 months
Right.
when y'all are selling cookies and helping move those at all the locations around the 9 counties. Y'all are
Right.
making a difference.
Right.
Sharon, thanks so much
Thank
for being with
you
us this
so
morning.
much.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Sharon Hewitt coming up next. You heard Sharon say it, 2 months of selling cookies, but 12 months of so much more. 12 months of so much more. That's what Girl Scouts is about. Give them a call at 800-786-8704. 800-786-8704. Visit www.girlscoutspda.org. PDA.org. Take the time to go online. July 16th, it's a big day, Saturday, Myrtlewood Golf Club. It's the 8th annual. It's a big event. 9 a.m. You can get out there and make a difference. $200 a team, $55 a person. A lot of folks are calling in. It's going to be a big day. July 15th through the 19th, the Cane Patch. Some big opportunities. July 15th from 5 to 10. It's a big day, a Friday night, and there's other activities going on for a few days. Give them a call to learn more. 800-786-8704. Those words, every girl, everywhere. They want to impact every girl everywhere. You heard us say 1 in 11 in the PD area. You can make a difference. Give them a call to volunteer.